So, Steve Pepper here again with Fender Product Development and Bax Music at the 2018 NAMM show here in Anaheim, California. The biggest thing that we are showing this year is our new American Original line. It is our vintage reissue line, except made just one better by adding a few more player-centric features and updating some of the electronics so that right out of the box you don't have to change anything if you want to have a modern sound or modern switching. These are doing it right out of the box. Plus, the number one feature is now 9.5-inch radius and the vintage tall fret wire. So these play like a modern guitar, but give you all the vibe and tone that you're going to get out of a vintage guitar that you love. We have a great selection of colors: white blonde Strats, Aztec gold Strats, Sunburst, of course the iconic butterscotch blonde Telecaster. You know, and these are our 50s. This is the base of it, the truly iconic guitars. 52 Tele pickups, 59 Strat pickups, 58 P-bass pickups. But again, 9.5-inch radius, the vintage tall fret wire. They play like a dream, and they sound like all those great vintage records that you love. We've got 60s guitars. We have double-bound custom Telecasters, Fiesta Red, Lake Placid Blue, 3-tone Sunburst, Jazzmasters Jaguars with all that funky switching and rhythm circuit. But now again, 9.5-inch radius, the vintage tall fret wire. They play great. They set up beautifully. It's everything that you would have changed from a vintage guitar to today. We've got, of course, our basses. You know, with the 60s P bass is that rosewood, that Motown sound that you can't get anywhere else. We've got our 60s jazz basses that really bring in that new age kind of jazz sound that really got to be popularized in the 60s by some famous guys who wore bandanas, and all the great 60s Strats that are played by some of the most iconic players in history. And then for the 70s, we have our 70s jazz bass, which the spacing on the pickups changed. It's when funk really came alive, and they needed that extra bit of slap and pop. And we've got maple fingerboards with pearl block inlay, bound necks. They're incredible. These are all going to be super well priced. They're going to be greatly available. And again, it's everything that you want out of a vintage guitar and nothing that you don't. And we couldn't be happier to show them to you.